we are going to turn our attentions to football, the NFL. Preseason games are underway, as we know. Not very exciting for the most part, but they are. You got to get the work in. Justin Fields had a pretty good start there for the Steelers, except for he had a couple fumbles, which didn't go over well with his coach. Can't turn the ball over. You know that. He's a big turnover machine. But anyway, Justin Fields, Russell Wilson, they're both there. People thought it was going to be all about Russell Wilson, and then all of a sudden they make a trade. They get Justin Fields for nothing, absolutely nothing, but he's on the team. He's a young guy, got a lot of upstart, and Martin Weiss thinks he should be the starting quarterback. You're all in on Justin Fields.
Yeah, I mean, well, to say I'm all in makes it seem like I'm betting that it'll work. But if you have the options of, let's be honest, neither one of these are great options, right? It's like having asparagus or broccoli. Neither your third grader's not going to like either one. But if I had to make the choice between these two guys, like the Steelers have to do, to me the answer is clearly far and away Justin Fields, if for no other reason. He's younger, he's more athletic, and if he hits, you have a franchise quarterback. Russell Wilson can go out there and play the season of his life, his best season that he's ever played, and you got at most 2 more seasons out of him, 3 more seasons out of him. Justin Fields go out there and you figure out a way to tap into some of the potential that everybody saw leading up into this draft or leading up into his draft class where he was picked, then you actually have a shot to have a guy for the next 5-6 years that can lead your team. And when you look at a guy like Justin Fields, no one is saying, look, especially with what the Steelers are trying to do, you go with Arthur Smith. He's going to want to run the ball. It's going to be a lot of play actions. It's going to be a lot of bootlegs. It's going to be a lot of things where it really helps to have an athletic quarterback, and Russell Wilson just strains his calf pushing a tackling sled. Should he have been pushing a tackling sled? Of course not. He's a quarterback. When's the last time you saw Russell Wilson on an elite block? I'll answer for you. It's never. But the reality of the situation is we look at Russell Wilson and me graduated from high school the same year. I ain't got no business being an NFL quarterback. And honestly, if you look at the last 2 seasons he had in Denver, he don't look like he had any business being an NFL quarterback.
He played pretty well last year.
He played so well that Sean Payton, the guy who knows
Sean Payton hated him before he got there, Martin. He hated him before he got there.
Does Sean Payton know a thing or two about quarterbacks or no?
He's won 1 Super Bowl with a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Does he know a thing or two about quarterbacks or no?
No. He had 4.
So Sean Payton know nothing about quarterbacks.
He had 4 losing seasons with a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Sean Payton don't know. So you're telling me Sean Payton is not a good quarterback evaluator.
All I'm telling you is that you're giving him way too much credit, and what he did to Russell Wilson was ridiculous, unprofessional, and he hated him from the minute he walked in the door.
The reason why it was
he
ridiculous.
Played well last year. Stop.
No, Russell Wilson.
He did too.
Under what metric besides touchdown interception ratio did he play well?
He played well last year
because he was trying not to. No, the idea that Russell Wilson played well, first of all, it's a fallacy. But I'm going to leave that there. You're telling me that Sean Payton don't know what he's doing when he comes to quarterbacks?
No, I just told you they have 4 losing seasons with a Hall of Fame quarterback, didn't they? They were 7-9 like 4 years. They won 1 Super Bowl under that. Everybody says Mike McCarthy's no good. Mike McCarthy and Sean Payton, go look at they're identical. Their records are almost identical.
I've never said a guy who won 36 games in the last 3 years is no good.
But a lot of people don't respect Mike McCarthy.
I respect both of them. I think they both know what they're doing. And you look at Mike McCarthy with Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott was runner-up for MVP this year. Think he knows a thing or two about quarterbacks
I don't know about
as well.
runner-up. He only got, there was no 1 first-place vote? Is that it? Would you call that runner-up?
That's what happens. You come in second. You're the runner-up.
I don't think it's a real runner-up when the other guy got almost all
quite
unanimous.
Literally, by definition, mister. The definition of clutch is that if you come in second, you're the runner-up. All right? That's just the way it works. And if we can establish that fact, then maybe we can move on.
I told you a million times, loud doesn't make you right. But
quiet doesn't make you right either.
Okay.
And that's what you are. It's
called
and Sean
logical.
Payton was so ready to move on from Russell Wilson, he spent $85 million to send him away. What more do you need? That is
Do people make mistakes? Do front office people make mistakes on people?
Yeah, the mistake was trading for Russell Wilson.
No, it wasn't.
The mistake was trading for Russell Wilson.
You're fanning all over Justin Fields. Okay, since joining the league in 2021, Fields is last among 38 qualified quarterbacks in fourth quarter interceptions. That's 16. 36 in completion percentage, 56.2, and 33rd in quarterback rating. This is the guy you got your panties in a bunch over. Last season through week 17, before players started to rest for Week 18. Fields ranked last in the NFL in fourth quarter. Completion percentage 51.8, 25th in yards per attempt 5.9, tied for 29th in fourth quarter interception 6, and 30th in QBR 20.4.
What was that
That's
about
your
week
guy?
What was that about week 17?
That's your guy?
Oh, wait. Justin Fields was still playing in week 17.
That's your guy?
Because Russell Wilson was banished to the doggone bench.
But that's your guy.
Russell,
You're making a big stink about
like
that. Justin Fields.
Like
please,
I said, if I had
please.
to choose either one of them, I'd rather neither. But forced with this decision, asparagus or broccoli, give me the broccoli that Justin Fields
Who's
is.
going to be the starting quarterback on that team, Martin Weiss? You can sit here all day and talk about what you want. I'm asking you.
Justin Fields.
He's not going to be the starting quarterback.
Justin Fields will start more games this season than Russell Wilson
I didn't ask you that. Who's going to be the starting quarterback this season?
Justin Fields is what I told you.
To start the season, Justin Fields.
No, I mean anybody who's the starter week 1. I'm talking about who's the starter all year.
Who's going to be the starting quarterback when the season starts on week 1?
Who's the starting quarterback of the Pittsburgh
you.
Steelers next year then?
I'm asking you.
Who's the starting quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers next year?
Russell Wilson.
Stop it.
Russell Wilson.
Stop it.
He's going to play 2 years there. Justin Fields is a turnover machine. That's why he's not with the Bears. The players tried to convince us, oh, don't trade Justin Fields. Oh, my God, look at all of his potential. He just didn't have anybody around him. They couldn't get him out of town fast enough.
Well,
they could not get him. And look
if you
what
have
they,
an opportunity to replace
the
Pittsburgh Steelers
look what
would also
they traded
take
for him. Nobody wanted Justin Fields. Everybody needs a quarterback.
So
half the league needs a quarterback.
But
they got nothing for him.
Okay, so
zero.
So they actually that's not true because they traded a 6th-round pick that could turn into a 4th-round pick.
6th-round pick?
Remind me though.
A 6th-round pick supposed to be a franchise quarterback?
Remind me though. What was the deal for Russell Wilson?
He comes with a big contract.
What was the
I'm talking about Justin Fields.
What was the deal for Russell Wilson?
Justin Fields.
I'm asking you. What was the deal for Russell Wilson?
No,
because
this
all right, I'll tell you what the deal was for Russell Wilson if you don't want to listen. I'll tell you what it was. This is what it was. Anybody in the NFL could have signed him. Anybody in the NFL could have signed him. And the Pittsburgh Steelers are paying him less than the Detroit Lions are paying Hendon Hooker right now. Anybody in the NFL, the massive bidding war for Russell Wilson never happened.
He got his money. He already got money.
But I'm talking.
What are you talking about?
What I'm saying,
he's already paid. What are you talking about?
So he could have taken more money to go elsewhere.
Why?
More money
than guaranteed money that was already set there for him.
So would you rather have $86 million coming to you or $89 million coming to you? That's why.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about that nobody else in the NFL wanted to offer Russell Wilson a contract of note, which is why the Pittsburgh Steelers are paying him less than half the backups in the NFL this year.
Yeah, but nobody would have to. Nobody in their right mind. Why? He's getting his money.
Because if there was a bidding war for his services, if there was a bidding war for his services. Right? If people actually had to give anything up for him, no one was willing to do it. The New York Giants were not willing to do it.
What's the age difference between Russell Wilson and your guy, Justin Fields, your Messiah?
At least 11 years. But I'm not saying that Justin Fields is a Messiah. You keep painting this picture that Justin Fields is
your Messiah.
I'm not. I have never once said that. What I'm telling you,
and they couldn't even get for a young player who still hasn't even scratched the surface. Probably got more there, right? Maybe. But nobody wanted to take a flyer on a young quarterback who was supposed to be a franchise quarterback. They got a 6th-round draft pick?
Yes. 6th-round picks start in this league all the time. It's a 6th-round pick that could turn into a 4th-round pick depending on how much he plays. That is a tangible item. That is a thing. That is a thing. You can't just pull a 6th-round pick. Chicago may have drafted the next Tom Brady with that 6th-round pick.
And here's the other reason why you already know why teams wouldn't do that, because it's an offsetting contract. And no team is going to help the Broncos. So if you sign them to more money, that's going to offset the money from the Broncos. So you're not going to help the Broncos.
Who cares about helping the Broncos when it's about helping yourself?
No, you don't. You don't do it. That's the problem with his contract.
The Atlanta Falcons saw Russell Wilson, who was a healthy scratch at the end of the year, and said, you know what, Kirk Cousins? I'd rather give you $100 million guaranteed, a year older with no Achilles tendon.
He was a free agent, though. What are you talking about?
Russell Wilson was a free agent, too. No, he was cut.
No, but he had money coming to him.
So what?
No, there's a big difference. No, there's a big difference.
No, there's an offsetting contract, sure. But
you can't poo-poo the offsetting contract.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
The reason why it's $85 million coming from Denver is because the Pittsburgh Steelers were the only team willing to offer him any money, and the only money they were willing to offer was just over $1 million.
So why didn't they just go after Justin Fields was available before Russell Wilson? And
He wasn't, though.
Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't.
He was available.
Fundamentally, that's not the
No, it's not. He
order of
was
operations of
available.
what happened.
Why?
Because he was
They were
still,
going to take Caleb Williams. Everybody in Chicago knew it.
but he wasn't.
Why wasn't he available, Martin?
Because when Russell Wilson got benched, the season was still going on, and Justin Fields still started quarterback.
No, but I'm talking about what in the offseason.
In the offseason, Russell Wilson was the most available free agent that possibly could have been. And
He's not a free agent with $86 million. That ain't a free agent. You're trying to act like that.
You're changing the definitions of words. It doesn't make it any less true.
Yes, because of that.
Russell Wilson was released by the Denver Broncos.
I get that.
You know why he was released? Because they couldn't find a trade partner. After he was
released.
No
one's going to trade. Why would they do that? Why would anybody in their right mind?
Because nobody wanted him.
Okay, nobody saw he's at the Pittsburgh Steelers as a starting quarterback.
He shouldn't be.
No, but he is.
That's the point.
No, but what you want,
he's the starting quarterback on August 12th.
Nobody wanted him, but the Pittsburgh Steelers went out and made him their starting quarterback, correct?
They went out and paid him.
Did they? Yes or no? Answer the question.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
No, they didn't. Week 1 has not happened yet. There is no starting quarterback for the Russell Wilson is number 1 on the depth chart in August. Sam Darnold's number 1 on the depth chart right now. Do you think J.J. McCarthy's not going to get snaps? Like this, what are you talking? Like Stetson Bennett played the whole game.
We haven't seen J.J. McCarthy. We have seen Justin Fields.
And
we've
the
seen
entire league.
We've seen the turnovers, Martin. We've seen the numbers I just gave you.
Russell Wilson is not worth more than the contract for a backup defensive tackle.
That's why nobody wanted Justin Fields. Nobody went out
and
went out of their way.
Wanted Russell Wilson?
No, but there's a difference between the two. One guy's an older quarterback at the back end of his career. Justin Fields is a young guy with maybe potential. Everybody's looking for a quarterback. The problem is the only time we watch highlights is of him running around, not throwing the football. That's why people haven't bought into him.
Well, Sean Payton and the Denver Broncos bought $85 million into the idea that Russell Wilson, key card, would stop working at the Denver Broncos, and the rest of the league could have gotten him for that same number. The rest of the league could have gotten him for that same contract. All these different quarterback scenarios could have got him for. The only deal was
you don't make any sense. Nobody's going to go out and give him $85 million.
No one has to give him. How about this? How about this, Rob? How about they go out and give him $3 million?
You don't have to do that.
How about you go out and give him $3 million? That's what I'm saying. Nobody wanted to even triple what the Steelers were willing to pay, which was just over $1 million. Nobody was willing to do that.
Why would you? He's going to get 85. Why do I need to give him any money?
Because you need a starting quarterback.
The Steelers needed a starting quarterback, and they got him.
So did the Giants.
Okay.
What did the Giants do?
The Giants got
passed.
a guy. Giants got a guy on the hook. That's all right. The Giants have been making mistakes when they signed Daniel Jones to $40 million, and then they're going to make another mistake by going ahead and trying to prove that Daniel Jones is that guy. All right.